What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 91 for the week of September 10th, 2019. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the man in the Minnesota Garth Brooks t-shirt that looks like a Minnesota Vikings t-shirt because it's purple and yellow, Will, aka I, Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this late Sunday night?
Doing fine, man. Just watched the finale of the Halo Classic Atlantic City.
You did.
We got lots to talk about.
We do.
What do we have on this episode, man?
Will, perfect transition. Love it. Love the segue, bro. This week on HCS Pro Talk, we have Ranty Josh. That's right. He's coming out in full form. Guess what? Not once, but twice. Stay tuned for that. We have a little bit of news, not a whole lot this week. We have the Halo Draft League roster announcements for the Halo Premier League, which the Halo Draft League is putting on. And then we also have some tournament recaps. And finally, our UGCs, the Halo Classic Atlantic City post-show. Will, before we get into any of that, and after you are done wiping your glasses off, what do we always start the show off with? Roster Mania!
So, with Atlantic City happening, we don't have anything for Roster Mania, but we do have a roster recap later in the post-Atlantic City post-show. So, look forward to that.
Perfect. Which means it's time for COD, another games to watch. And, we don't have anything to talk about. That does it for COD, another games to watch.
Josh, I just got to ask, why don't you remove these segments when there's nothing to say?
You do realize that I love doing the hand gestures and the sounds. So, of course, I got to keep doing it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Which means it's time for Will's Adventures Within the Haloverse. Other games too. Will, what did you play this week?
All right, let's start off with some Apex Legends.
Ooh.
I played on PC and got my butt kicked.
Then you played on Xbox.
I played it on Xbox too with Mr. Spud Cuddle.
You played on Xbox too?
Yeah, the Xbox 2.
Is that out now?
Xbox as well. Scud Puddle and I joined up and played some games. We got one win where neither of us were alive, but our teammate stayed alive. And it was funny because there was 3 squads left. The last 2 were fighting down in Skull. I forget what the name of the town is. Skull Town? Yeah, Skull Town. Whatever.
Yeah, that sounds right. Sure.
And the circle was closing in, and our teammate literally just backed up to the circle while the other 2 teams still fought.
Yeah.
And they just died, and the other 2 teams died in the circle, and we got the win without even getting the kills.
No way.
So, yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
It was kind of funny. I was laughing because we just had to sit back and watch the other 2 teams fight. But yeah, I jumped on PC later than or after Xbox, and it just didn't go well.
Sure.
I don't know. I was solo queuing.
Crowds.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
There you go. I also played some GTA 5.
Oh, did you?
You got in on some of that?
I did. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We did a
heist together.
We did.
We got some monies from that.
We did.
I tried to get my nightclub popularity up by doing missions.
Yeah.
And got screwed over by people on flying rocket bikes that have missiles.
I heard about this.
I was mad.
Yeah.
But I jumped on early this morning and finished those missions.
Very nice.
By myself, and everything was fine.
Very nice.
I tried to get into a roleplay server. I applied a few weeks ago. I reached out to their admins, asked them about my application. They said, hey, basically try logging in and it'll tell you. I'm like, okay, I can create my character, but I can't press the finish button to go into the game. Like, oh, that name must be taken. So I tried a bunch of different names. Nothing worked. Said, screw you guys. Left the Discord, uninstalled the RP server, and I'm done with it. I'm done trying. It's been 3 weeks of me asking them questions and trying to get in and no real response. So,
have you tried a different group?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I'll look into maybe getting into it eventually.
Okay.
Maybe when the popularity dies down from streaming and it's finally...
Or maybe that would maybe the popularity would mean that more servers would pop up.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, eventually it's going to die down because it's popular on Twitch right now. You have streamers that normally wouldn't do RP doing RP. Shroud, I saw Ann Munition jumped into it.
Yep.
Bean Ann's, of course, being Shroud's girlfriend, started doing it as well.
Summit's been doing it for a while.
Well, Summit's been doing it, but
yeah.
like you have all these people who are getting quote unquote, they call it whitelisted, right? They get in right away,
sure,
because they're popular and big names,
right?
But they're not people who are going to play it every day,
right?
Like Shroud and Bean Ann's get on like once a week. You can't really sustain yourself in an RP server being on once a week.
Sure.
So eventually, I think the streamer popularity is going to die down in those servers. But it's also, like you said, going to create new servers because people are going to see this overwhelming.
There's a potential to, yeah.
So yeah, hopefully more RP servers open up. I can get into something eventually. But the one I was going for, I just said screw it. I wasn't really getting help when I was asking for help, and no clear answers. I was done with the runaround. So we'll see what comes of that. And then I played some Halo 5 this weekend as well.
You did.
I got to Diamond 1 in the Slayer playlist. Now I know the population's lower, which means there's more room at the top. Probably why I got Diamond 1, but hey, I got there nonetheless.
You got there. That's the big takeaway. You did it.
Played ranked in Team Arena, ranked Plat 1, got up to Plat 3.
Nice.
I really need a team in Team Arena because that's really what makes it work.
Right. It's definitely the team arena playlist.
I'm at Plat 3.
Okay.
And I'm going I feel like I'm doing really well at Plat 3. But I have teammates that are going 2 and 10, 2 and 15 during games. And it's just, I'm losing my mind because I'm up there either, I feel like most of my games, my KD has been even or a little bit above, 12 and 10, something like that to that effect.
Yeah. You just need better teammates.
Yeah, I need better teammates.
Yeah.
Because it
is a team-based game.
Yes. And then I played some head-to-head.
Oh, yeah.
1v1 playlist.
Yep, that's out now.
Got frustrated because I got destroyed in my third placement match. This guy knew where every single thing was on the map. He'd been playing it for a while.
Is it still round-based?
Yes.
And it still has the power-up?
Yep.
Okay.
So there's power weapons on the maps too,
yep.
like snipers, whatnot. So
it has one clip, right? Or something
one magazine,
like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I matched this guy. I got destroyed. I got frustrated because he knew where everything was on the map. I was like, okay, that's over. Let me jump back in. Matched the same guy back to back.
That sucks.
And I quit. I quit out after the first round because I was like, I'm not going through this again. This guy is this is what he does. And I'm trying to learn and play. Yep. Obviously, I'm only going to learn by playing, but when there's that big of a skill gap, I'm not going to learn anything. I'm just going to consistently die.
Right.
So I said, screw it. I'm done. Jumped out of it. And I did standard quick play, and I played one thing of action sack to warm up one time, but
we're going to talk about that later.
That was it. So what did you end up playing this week, Josh?
Great question. So I also played GTA 5 with you.
Yeah.
And Dom and Nick. It was great. Had a good time. I won that car on the wheel, my very first spin on the wheel. And basically was driving that ever since. Then Dom showed me a couple of his cool whips.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's got some crazy ones. Yeah.
The speed racer car. Those things are dope as fuck.
When you have endless money in that game,
yeah.
you get the coolest things.
Yeah, and those things are really, really cool. No, I thought the heist was really cool. We actually did pretty damn well, all things considered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get better at my motorcycle driving because I was behind the pack and died a couple times.
I need to get better at opening a parachute.
Yeah.
Because I fucking failed at that one.
Oh, that was hilarious.
It was. No, we got it done, though. It was good. Both got our share. Had a good time. And then, so I got the gaming laptop I told you about before.
Yeah.
I was playing some Forza Horizon 4 on it. Plays really well, so I played that. I didn't include that in the show notes. I forgot to. But the big one. Okay. Here's first ranty Josh moment. All right, Gears 5. Let's talk about it in a spoiler-free fashion. So Dom and I, we have a semi-tradition where when a new Gears game comes out, we play through it cooperatively, right away. It's the first thing we do. We don't do multiplayer first. We don't do Horde. We don't do any of that. We play through the campaign first and foremost. We play through it on the normal difficulty, so we don't go too hard. We don't go too easy. Just run-of-the-mill, right? Because we just want to experience the story. That's all we're really in it for. We followed it basically throughout the entire franchise. Here we go. We really liked Gears 4. We thought Gears 4 had a great campaign, set things up pretty well for the fifth one. The twist at the end of 4 was really well done and sets it up perfectly, right? So Gears 5. I don't want to get into it too much, but I'm going to say that if you saw my tweet, I'm heavily disappointed in the game overall. Part of it has to do with the game itself. A lot of it has to do with issues that have happened from said game. So for those who don't know, it is a Play Anywhere title. It is also a Game Pass Ultimate title, and which means that it came out with an Ultimate Edition. Okay, this Ultimate Edition of the game is $80 retail, MSRP, $79.99. If you buy the Ultimate Edition, you can play 4 days early. 4 days early than the standard release. Standard release is Tuesday. The day this episode releases is the same day that Gears 5 will release for everybody worldwide. But for Ultimate users, or Ultimate subscribers, or purchasers of the Ultimate Edition of the game, you would have access to it technically on Friday of just this last week. Okay? But they actually had servers go live Thursday. So depending upon where you were in the world, it was 9 p.m. your time on Thursday is when the game went live for Ultimate Edition subscribers, okay, or purchasers, right? Gears 5 had 2 technical tests leading up to the release of the game. The first day of the technical test went terribly. It was abysmal. You couldn't join. It was terrible. They were working on it. Second day, things were basically completely ironed out and worked out pretty well, okay? Oh, fuck. Thursday and Friday of Gears 5 Ultimate Edition players, it was abysmal. Not only that, but it was actually abysmal for nearly throughout the entire experience. And there's still bugs that have been reported, still things that are being worked on. And okay, so I'm tired, so bear with me here. Because I stayed up late Friday night and last night trying to complete this fucking thing, okay? The game's too long. The campaign is just too long. Plain and simple. Will, you and I both heavily enjoyed the new God of War game. Okay? Yep. Phenomenal. It was my game of the year last year, right? Absolutely unbelievably good game. For anybody that has not played the new God of War on PlayStation 4, you owe it to yourselves to play it if you own the console. It's basically a console seller too. And it's so fucking cheap now, like $20. You have to play it. Gears 5 takes things from the new God of War. So in the new God of War, right, you have this main hub area where you're on a boat. You go around. There are little side questy things you can do, right, around the world serpent. Okay, so there's little islands you can explore. There's tons of different little things that help expand the narrative, expand the story. Things are kind of worthwhile, right? Gears 5 borrows from that. So in Gears 5, there are 4 acts. Acts 2 and 3 are semi-open world areas. Okay? This isn't, as spoiler-free as I can possibly make it. Act 2 is in like a snowy region. Act 3 is like in a desert region. Okay? It's not giving anything away. Just bear with me. In both areas, you have little hidden places that you can explore, and you get things from them. Okay? There's a character in Gears of War. His name's Jack. It's a robot. Okay? Flies around. Helps out, right? Okay. When you do these special things, like when you go to these areas and you complete their mini objectives, their side quests, as they call them, you can get a max upgrade component for Jack. Because Jack's an upgradable character in this game now. Okay? I'm going to be jumping around a lot here. I apologize. I'm trying to get through this. So, those 2 open areas don't need to be there. They simply don't. They could have made... I think it's a detriment that they made those 2 open world areas when Gears has been mainly a linear franchise. I appreciate that they're trying to branch out and do new things because I don't like when things remain stagnant. And I thought Gears 4 was a nice move towards like, hey, we're trying a couple new things here, but we're still keeping with the same kind of formula of Gears you know and love, right? Gears 5 has the same basic gameplay, which is great. The gameplay is great. Cover shooting's fantastic. Guns feel good. Guns are varied. Awesome. Woohoo. New enemies are pretty cool too, right? But those open world areas didn't need to be there. It padded out the game by an extra like 4 hours. Seriously, it went from that game. It's Dom and I completed around 11 hours. That includes all the technical hiccups that we had, and boy, fuck, was there a lot. And I mean a lot. So, okay, story lackluster as well. I want to hear what other people have to say, but I disagree with basically every reviewer out there. I thought Gears 4 was a better campaign. I think Gears 4 was probably the... actually, fuck it. I'm going to say this. Gears 5 is the worst Gears campaign. I'm going to put an asterisk next to that because I haven't finished Judgment. But out of Gears 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, Gears 5 is the worst Gears campaign. By far. And the shitty part is that you know what... So Gears 4, there's something that happens at the very end of the game. I'm not going to spoil that because it basically tells you what's going to happen in the fifth one. I'm not going to spoil that. But at the end of Gears 4, it's set up perfectly for a sequel, right? And you already know there's going to be one. At the end of in 5, you can see everything from a mile away. Everything coming from a mile away. And they don't do a good enough job at like building those suspenseful moments. And there's one moment of a what the fuck? There's one of those. And I went back, so there's two possible endings in Gears 5. Okay? They're both very minutely different. Like very small differences between the two. And realistically, when the next Gears comes out, I doubt your choices matter. I bet Dom and I were talking about it. I bet when you play Gears 6 or whatever they call it, that maybe it'll look at your save from Gears 5, or maybe it'll do like the Mass Effect thing where what would your choice be in this scenario? You know? Like who gives a shit? It didn't fucking matter. They do set it up perfectly for the next Gears game. The final boss in Gears 5 is a huge letdown. Totally fucking stupid. And you see the villain of Gears 6 realistically one time in Gears 5. And that villain is that, oh, what the fuck moment. Like that's the one time. Okay. What else? Technical issues. Let's get into that shit. So, let's see. Dom and I were trying to connect to each other Thursday night. It simply wasn't working. We were on Thursday when the game went live at 9 p.m. our time, actually 8 p.m. our time. Guess how much I played of Gears 5? 5 minutes. I played 5 actual minutes of that video game. We loaded into the first mission. We went down the zip line in the first mission. Was the very first thing you do. And then Dom got kicked. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get him back in. Nope, can't get him back in. Okay, cool. I'll restart the game. Can I get him back in? Nope, can't get him back in. We played a maximum of 5 minutes. Then there are multiple audio issues. So Dom's audio would completely cut out. Unable to hear everything.
I had that during the tech test a lot.
Yep.
When I was playing.
Yep. I had one crash. Dom had multiple. We were playing on PC, by the way. And they stated that this is a built from the ground up Gears game for PC. Well, you know what? It definitely doesn't fucking feel like it. A couple good things. The game looks gorgeous. Unbelievably gorgeous. Another detriment of the gameplay. There's too many open segments where you're running. There's way too much running in that game. Like, it's stupid how much running there is compared to what feels like shooting. Another good thing about it, there was a really cool throwback to the first Gears game in Gears 5. A really cool throwback, a mini boss of sorts. Really, really cool. And that was and you know what? There was, in my mind, there were 2 memorable moments of that game. That throwback and a conversation that was had between some characters later on in the game. Only 2 memorable moments to me in that entire campaign. I feel like I wasted 11 hours of my life, realistically. Oh, the issues aren't done, by the way. So, let's see. So we completed the game, right? But achievement progress wouldn't tell you that. Based off achievements, we didn't beat the game at all. And supposedly what they have come out and said, the coalition, they've come out and said that the game is, the stats are being tracked behind the scenes. Your stats are there. Don't worry. It's being tracked. Everything will unlock. Just give it some time. Okay. If that's true, awesome. Problem solved there, technically speaking. Dude, I don't know. That game was a fucking utter disappointment. I even told Natana because my wife being Natana, I planned this weekend around the tournament and playing through that game. My entire weekend was based off that. I went to bed last night at 1 a.m. Because Dom and I talked like a half hour after we beat the game and talked about how disappointed we were. And I wake up that next morning, I look at Tanya, you're like, I'm so sorry. She's like, what? Like I'm genuinely upset that's how bad that was. That's how bad that game was. So that all happened, right? And I'm going long in the tooth here. I'll try to wrap this up. For people who did, you know what? I'm probably in a really fucking small camp here that does not like that campaign at all. If you enjoy it, more power to you. That is 100% fine. It's just my opinion that I don't like it. If you like it, cool. You do you. I think they could have done a fuck ton better, though. And the fact, this is the thing that irks me the most. This is the biggest thing that irks me the most. With the amount of technical difficulties that have been happening, and I'm not throwing shade at the team that are continually working on it right now. I'm definitely not doing that. I think you guys are doing incredible work, and you guys are trying to put out as many fires as you can, as quickly as you can. That is admirable. I cannot fault you on that. But, so, I'm a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, right? Did I get it for a good deal? Absolutely. I'm happy I did. I can only imagine what somebody's thought process must be if they paid $80 to play that game 4 days early. Are you fucking kidding me? The game didn't work. It didn't fucking work when it released on Thursday. Okay? So I talked to Dom and I'm like, look, I'm going to play devil's advocate here for myself. Technically, the game wasn't supposed to release for Ultimate people until Friday. So the fact that they're opening it up even earlier, okay. I'm going to base it off of the game is coming out on Friday. If I get to play even earlier, fuck yeah. That's awesome. So I wasn't able to play earlier. I'm like, okay, that sucks, but Friday. Friday rolls around. Guess who still can't fucking play the game? Guess how many issues are happening on Saturday? Are you guys fucking kidding me right now? Come on. Come on. This whole games, like this whole always online shit, right? And then Xbox, to top it all off, on Saturday, Xbox Live was having major issues as well, where it's just basically completely down. So that coupled with the Gears issues, which were completely separate, oh my God. So, okay. If you enjoyed the Gears 5 campaign, more power to you. Did I enjoy the Gears 5 campaign? Fuck no. I will say this. Kate, basically an all-around pretty damn good main character right now. I'll say that. Do you see everything coming? Yes, you do. Takes away all suspense from the video game. The other thing I'm going to say, so Dom played as Jack the whole campaign. There's achievements tied to playing as Jack through the whole campaign. He wanted to do that, bring a different perspective. You're not playing as a normal character. You can still fight. Like, you can do damage, but you also have like support abilities. And you upgrade them, which is really fucking cool. Like, that as a concept is awesome, right? You know what's not awesome, Will?
What?
There's cutscenes in video games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of tell you more about the story. They make you a little bit more engrossed about the experience.
Yes.
That's what cutscenes do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm playing as Kate, the main character of the video game, because somebody has to. Okay. Now, as long as somebody is playing as the main character in the game, then the second person or the third person, because it's 3-player co-op and campaign, can play as anybody else. But if you're playing in 3 people co-op, which is the max that campaign allows in Gears 5, somebody has to play Jack, regardless. Okay? The main character is Kate. Will, I'm going to tell you something. This might blow your fucking mind. There are cutscenes that happen in Gears 5 that only involve one character. Guess what? The other 2 characters don't see that cutscene at all. So I have a major story development section that happens with Kate. And the aforementioned thing that happens at the end of Gears 4, which leads into Gears 5, right? This thing continually gets brought up. Well, there are many cutscenes that happen throughout the campaign of Gears 5 where they really only involve Kate. But Dom, who was playing as Jack, never saw any of them. I had to explain to him what was happening. Because he was just left in the background. He could freely move around while I was in my cutscene.
You gotta bring everyone in on that. That's the point of the game, right?
Couldn't fucking believe it.
Go through the story.
I couldn't fucking believe it. Because the first time it happened, Dom asked me on the mic, he's like, Josh, are you okay? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm in a cutscene. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm in a cutscene right now. Do you not see this? It's like, no, I just see Dell staring at you, like asking what's going on. And I'm just sitting here. Are you what? Are you fucking kidding me?
I wonder if that's a blunder or if it was designed that way.
I can only imagine it being designed that way. Because if it was a blunder, like if it was a one-time thing at the beginning of the game, okay. That's a bug. You guys can probably iron that out. Whatever. But no, it was the whole game. The whole thing.
Well, I'm saying it might be like they meant to have everyone pulled in, but for some reason the servers, the connection just didn't realize like that it wasn't being communicated back to the other players.
I really fucking hope that's what it is.
Because
this is terrible.
That's horrible for a campaign.
I had to give them a play-by-play of every single time this happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guys, are you fucking serious right now? I can't believe this. I was so excited. The hype overwhelmed me with this because Dom even said it too. How do you fuck up a Gears game? They haven't. Judgment is, in people's eyes, Judgment is probably the worst Gears campaign.
That's what I've heard.
Right? But even Judgment played like a Gears campaign. Okay? The core gameplay remained the same, which was great. But everything else, no. Also, you know how in Halo 4 you insert Cortana and everything?
Yeah, was there a lot of that?
Oh, it was a lot of inserting of Jack and everything. Yep. And,
okay, I have to say.
Sure.
Halo 4 inserting Cortana didn't feel as expansive as you made it sound. Like, it was fine for me.
Sure.
So it really wasn't an annoyance to me.
Sure. It was the only thing I could think of the more it happened.
Yeah.
In the fifth game. And then also, oh my God, I didn't even bring this up. I'm so sorry to keep this going. I'll finish it up. Probably the last thing I want to talk about. I couldn't fucking believe this. So it was me, Dom, and the AI, okay, as the third character. So there are doors you have to open, but it requires two people. Jack cannot open the door, so Dom couldn't help. Okay, it had to be the AI character who would run up, grab the other side, and pull it open with you, right? But the problem was, this character, the AI, would be standing right next to me, and I'd be at the door, and I'd prompt it, and I'd have to wait 15 to 20 seconds per door for the character to walk up to the door and open it up. Let me tell you, 15 to 20 seconds might not seem like that big of a deal, but when it's happening all the fucking time in that game, shit adds up. Adds up real quick. Frustrations add up real quick. I was dumbfounded. That game is so poorly polished, I couldn't fucking believe it.
So what you're saying is I downloaded the game.
I'd say wait.
I'm going to wait until that first big update.
Yep, wait until all the patches are in.
And go through and enjoy it.
Yep.
Sit back. So I didn't play any of the previous Gears games, but I watched like 5 different story recaps so I could get different perspectives on what was important through each game. So I know what's going on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy to hear that it's not that well groomed.
Yep. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say this. Okay. For those listening right now, this could be a spoiler warning. So spoiler warning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the end of Gears 4, Kate, you figure out that her grandma's the Locust Queen.
Yep.
Okay? That's what happens.
Marcus killed.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. There needs to be a new Locust Queen.
Yep.
Right?
Sure.
Okay. That's where I'm going to leave that. There's Gears 5 for you. There needs to be a new Locust Queen. You'll figure out who it is. And guess what? You'll probably figure out in the first 20 minutes of playing that game. Yep. You see everything coming. The game, it's piss poor. It's not... It was a slog. It was a fucking slog to get through. I couldn't believe it. As I said to Dom, and as Dom said to me, how do you fuck up a Gears game? I couldn't believe it. The game looks great. The game plays just fine. The pacing is horrendous. The glitches and bugs are horrendous. And again, probably my biggest gripe is looking at it from a consumer perspective. If you paid $79.99 for that to play 4 days early, you did not get your money's worth. And that's my biggest pet peeve, is when somebody does not get their money's worth of something.
What does the Ultimate Deluxe Edition give you versus the Standard Edition other than the 4-day early access?
Skins.
Just skins?
And boosts.
Okay.
But you can't really use the boosts if the game doesn't work.
Sure.
No, but like you get like a 30-day boost. So it lasts for quite some time.
Gotcha. And
you also get a meal and cat from Halo Reach. You also get the Terminator and Sarah Connor's. Is it Sarah Connor?
Sarah Connor.
Yeah. From Terminator, you get those two as well.
Gotcha.
Yep. So yeah, you get some extra skins. You get some extra stuff. Yeah. The biggest thing is that I'm dumbfounded. Like your game didn't work.
A AAA game.
Yep, a AAA game backing with Microsoft. It's Microsoft's second biggest first party title. And it didn't fucking work. There's still aspects that don't work.
I mean, we've seen a history of this with Microsoft.
Yep.
And their AAA titles.
Yep.
I don't know if...
It blows my mind.
Do they just need to give their devs more time? Is that it?
And you know what? If that is what it is, then I'm fine with it. I would have a much bigger appreciation for a developer and a studio and a publisher if they all came out and said, no, you know what? We really thought we'd hit this deadline, but we do realize we need some more time to polish these things up. It's coming out on this day. This is how much time we need. Awesome. Cool. I can set my expectations now. That's fantastic. Now, I've heard people online saying that a lot of these things couldn't have been taken into account, like before the game released. Part of me thinks, there's some validation to that. I can semi-respect that. But the other part of me is like, you already had a technical test. How could some of these things not have been found out? Like, what the fuck, guys? Come on. And again, I told you this was Ranty Josh coming out, but I also, like I said at the beginning, I want to hit this point home. I'm not trying to shit on the people who are spending their countless days and nights and their hours and their time and their dedication towards fixing these issues. I'm not trying to bring them down because they're the unsung heroes of the situation, right? They're working their asses off to get these things fixed, to keep people in the loop. And I fully respect that. And I want them to work through the issues, and I want them to get the recognition they deserve. But the fact of the matter is there are people out there that spent $80 in a game that simply doesn't work when they were expecting it to work. And they deserve something. They deserve something. I don't know if it's refunds, because that probably won't be able to work, but they deserve something.
Maybe they'll have to give, like, you've seen it before, and like, I forget what game it was, but servers went down for a bit, and all the people that tried to sign in ended up getting like extra, like, I don't know if it was a skin, like an alpha pack in a game, something like that.
Yeah, it could be could be currency, could be whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they can enjoy the game more.
Speaking of which, there's microtransactions in it.
Oh yeah. Well, most games have them now.
Yeah, but again, the big thing that irritates me, and I'll get shit from Halo 5, but it's a full $60 game. It has microtransactions in it. Yeah. I don't like how that's the norm, but whatever. Just a point that I need to hit on.
All right.
There's an emote for $10.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, that's steep.
Yep.
I mean, Fortnite's doing it though, and you don't realize it.
They're free. I mean, that game's free though.
The game's free.
That's the big thing. And then the other thing Dom was talking about was he believes they made progression harder, so it takes longer to get things. And if that's true,
so it makes you want to spend the money.
you guys can fuck right off. That's what I'm going to say there.
All
right.
It's the way games are though. They're all microtransaction, not
So sad.
not based, but you look at Gears Pop.
Yep.
That's microtransactions too. Oh, you want to progress faster? Spend some money so you can upgrade your things.
But the game's free.
Game's free.
Right. They have to make their money somehow. Whether it be ad revenue or microtransactions. Like
Sure.
the thing is, if it is a free game and it's not pay to win, okay.
So, but then that
Do
game,
microtransactions to your heart content.
that game does become pay to win because you can then
You get boosts and shit.
you spend money. So you haven't played Gears Pop.
I'm not going to.
So you basically get your characters, right?
Yep.
That you can put on the battlefield.
Yeah.
You have to unlock crates with more of those characters.
Okay.
And the more you gather and collect, like, so say a grenader, you get 5 of them and then you can upgrade them to level 2.
Yep.
So
that makes sense.
So you can spend money to get coins, in-game currency, then to
Hopefully get a grenade or
get a grenader,
yeah,
or whatever you
grenadier.
need. Grenadier, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also an in-game currency you need to use to level them up once
Got
you
it.
get the pins.
Okay.
So you can spend money to get all that, and then you're leveling up faster. Obviously, like they try to keep it the same levels, but when I'm a level 3, I was getting matched up with a person who had level 4 and 5 characters when I had level 2 and 3. And I got demolished.
So there is a factor of pay to win with
A little bit.
game.
A little bit.
It can get to that point.
And then, so the only way you can get crates is by winning.
Okay.
So there was a day I ran into a string of that where I was just constantly facing people that were better leveled up than me.
Great.
It got a little frustrating.
I can only imagine.
So then it makes you want to spend the money, which
Exactly.
I didn't. I'm glad I held off.
Good.
But,
Well, I mean, that's the thing though
Right.
too, is that if you enjoy the game, then by all means support them. But no, that can be definitely frustrating for sure.
sure. But so I feel like microtransactions in every game is just the norm now.
Yep. And I just, like I said, I just don't like how it feels like it's getting to that. But the world we live in. If people hate them so much, don't buy them, and developers won't put them in their games. That's the rule, right?
Yep.
Any
more gear stock? I think
Nope.
I think you got everything out there.
Yep, I think so too.
All right.
Fuck me.
Hopefully they patch it and it gets better. That's all I'm hoping for.
Hope so too. Will I play Gears 6 or whatever it's called when it comes out? Yes, I will. Will, it's time for the news. First up, 1/12 scale re-edit Master Chief Mjolnir Mark V high-end action figure by 1000 Toys. So for those who don't know, 1000 Toys is the new toy manufacturer for Halo Infinite, or like for 343, I guess you could say, just the Halo franchise. And they released, they released pre-orders for their first product, which is a 1/12 scale Master Chief in his Mark V armor. Check it out. It's $125 US.
Yeah.
And it has lots of point of articulation, and it actually looks really good.
It does look really good.
It does.
A bit steep for a figure for me.
Yeah. Apparently it is very nice though.
It's high end.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is very, very well built, high end. Yeah, if you're interested, pre-orders are up now. We'll include a link in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. Next news story. Hungry Box wants some Master Chief in Smash.
Why not?
Hey, Will, can I get a...
Let me smash.
There it is. Thank you very much. This is by Hungry Box over on Twitter. For those who don't know who Hungry Box is, he is a multi-champion in Super Smash Bros. Melee. He's been around for a very, very long time. And I quote, "There's one last thing to note. Sakurai, the developer of Super Smash Bros., was openly promoting Xbox One during the Direct, the Nintendo Direct, that is. Obviously part of the deal they had with Banjo, but to me it signals an unprecedented approach Nintendo is taking. Anything can happen now. So I'll just say it. DLC fighter number 10, our boy, Master Chief." I mean, it's been the running rumor / meme that Master Chief would be in Smash.
Yeah.
He would be my main.
Yeah.
If Chief, that's a given.
How
right?
could you not?
Right. How could you fucking not?
And then his different skins can be different versions of his armors through the game.
Ooh. Oh, that'd be pretty fucking sick nasty, bro.
Yeah.
I'd play the shit out of him.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Hey, Will.
Yep.
It's time for the next news story. It's the Action Sack refresh brought to you by
Unisheck.
I fucking love that soundbite. This is over on HaloWaypoint.com, and I quote, "We've worked with the community to find, create, and polish brand new maps and modes for the Action Sack playlist. After weeks of collaboration, we are happy to say that they're ready for prime time. These wacky minigames need to meet a handful of requirements and pass the strictest tests of all community creations to be considered for this illustrious playlist. Specifically, all Action Sack modes must achieve the state standard on the Do I Know What's Happening test, place extremely high on our utterly ridiculous index, and have a fun factor of at least 117%. I see what you did there. Of course, none of these tests are real, but it does feel like every one of these offerings would score incredibly high if they were. Whether you're in the middle of a magical duel, avoiding lawnmowers, or pushing pigs around, you can expect these modes to get quite crazy. But don't take my word for it. Jump into Halo 5 and take a look at the new minigames you can find in the playlist today. These include Cannonball Evasion by Angelitoco. Evade incoming cannonballs to survive. You have Ground Smashers by Angelitico. Sure. Destroy the ground beneath your enemies and eliminate the enemy team to win. Next, we have Knight of the Mantis Versus by Julianos 1224 and Sexy Master Chief. Be the last team standing in a fight for your lives against the mysterious Mantis Horde. Then you have Pig of the Hill by Run Nokyard Run and Agent Zero. Escort all of the pig to the enemy base by having more players in the hill than the opposing team. Next, we have Pyramid Soccer by Sloth, Spartan Blood, Kaweki, Bob is Here, and iForge. Use your vehicles to score the ball in your opponent's goal to win. The future is now. So think of it like Rocket League.
Rocket League
Yeah.
in Halo.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
It is. Forge is fucking crazy, man.
I know.
Next, we have Shift Slayer by Captain Direwolf, Julianos, and Sexy Master Chief. Shift between dimensions at will to flank your opponents. Slay the enemy team to earn points. So I saw a screenshot of this. It's in the article that we'll include in the show notes. But it looks like so you go through a portal, right?
Yeah.
There's like a nighttime version, a daytime version, or some shit like that. It looks really cool. I really want to give it a shot. Next, we have Stay Off My Lawn by Captain Direwolf. Watch out for the lawnmowers. We have Wizard Duel by Infinite. Work with your team to maintain control of the platform. Use the power weapons to keep your enemies off. Then we have X-Ball by Infinite, Sexy Master Chief, and Spartan Blood.
This is the one I played.
Okay. Paintball has evolved. Win rounds by eliminating the enemy team or pushing the button on the opposing side. Did you win, Will?
We did win.
Very nice. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
All right.
I clutched like 3 rounds for us.
God damn.
So I don't think people realized what was happening.
Sure.
Because it's AR starts. You had a sword and AR.
Oh.
So a few people were just rushing out with their swords. And all you have to do is hit like 3 taps with the AR.
Oh, you just pelt them from cross map.
Yeah, paintball. So yeah.
Was it round based, kind of like
Yep.
Breakout?
A little bit. Yep.
That sounds really cool. Huh. Next up, we have Game Night by Spartan Blood, Bob is Here, and Kaweki. Dodge incoming fire to survive the round. Then we have Bug Zapper by Little Monk. Avoid incoming fire and stay away from the Bug Zapper. And finally, we have Duck Run by Sexy Master Chief, Julianos, and Squidloaf. It's a great name. Run through the obstacle course while dodging incoming sniper fire.
We played Duck Run in one of our community playdates.
We have.
It was really fun.
It is really fun.
I was horrible at it, but it was fun.
It is okay. And of course, we've ensured that some of your favorites got a new coat of paint as well. This includes Ground Pound Arena by Saws and Patty Freakin'. And then it's refreshed by Run Nokyard Run and Extraterrestrial. Then we have Rift Ball by Hitbox Unknown. While the two above may be the only ones getting some visual changes, you can expect a few other fan favorites to be sticking around. The mini games that are being carried forward are Mongoose Sumo, Paintball, Mantis Breakout, and Original Rift Ball Court. Minotaurs, Diminishing King, Crazy King, and Snowball Fight. All in all, that means that the playlists have been updated to have a total of 21 fun-filled modes for you and your friends to enjoy. A big thanks to all of our community members who collaborated to get everything ready for this. We're all really excited for you to jump in and give the newly refreshed Action Sack a go. Some competitive news. DreamHack teases This is by DreamHack Halo on Twitter, and I quote, "Wouldn't it be nice if we had a Halo tournament at Atlanta again? Yes. Very nice indeed. Winky face."
All right. So they put this tweet out.
Yes, he did.
And if it doesn't happen, it's going to be like a huge letdown, right? I feel like everyone is expecting Halo to be at DreamHack Atlanta now.
Oh, they have to. And they're a grassroots member.
Yes.
So it's going to be, it has to happen.
Right. Okay. Just wanted to put that point out there. It has to happen.
Georgia. Hey, guess what? You know, before we move on to the next news article, you know, guess what team we beat?
Oh,
the Atlanta Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons today.
Yeah, we did.
Skol Vikes.
Skol Vikes. Kirk Cousins did not look that great. You know who did look that great? Dalvin Cook. You know what else looked that great? Our fucking defense. Up until the end of the game. But that's besides the point. Next news story. HCS team does some good. This is by Tashi over on Twitter, and I quote, "The HCS team just had the tremendous honor of building and donating a batch of Gamers Outreach go-karts to the Seattle Children's Hospital for donations through the HCS Grassroots Program for Gamers for Giving 2019. Big thanks to Zach Wiggle and the team." Congratulations, guys. That's absolutely fantastic. And congratulations to the Gamers for Giving team as well. Next up, we have a Wild Moses appears. This is by Tashi over on Twitter. It's a picture. Because guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have a picture of Moses IRL.
No way.
Yep. Will is seeing it for the very first time right now.
Yep. That's crazy.
That's him.
That's not what I expected him to look like at all.
Me either. I don't mean that in a bad way.
No.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure we preface that.
Yeah.
You know, because people might be like, "Oh, you guys are fucking assholes." No, we have nothing but respect for Moses.
Of course. Yeah. All right. Awesome.
There you go. He was there. He was at Atlantic City. Yeah, I thought that was fucking crazy. It's like, it's about goddamn time to see a picture of him.
He's been like teasing a face reveal forever.
He has, like on a stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to see. Next, we have SWAT Nation announces tournaments. This is by Nap Times over on swatnation.net and Twitter. So first and foremost, we'll hold a 2v2 Halo 5 SWAT tourney exclusive for the amazing girls of the Halo community. For a long time, our founder, it's Prof. Oh my God, I always get this right. It's like Professor, right?
It's Prof, yeah.
Yeah. Was looking into organizing something special for the ladies, and we're very excited to see it happening now. Teams will compete for a piece of the $500 prize pool. Additional contributions to increase the prize pool are more than welcome. Apart from the initial prize pool, its Prof will be also rewarding an amazing Razer Kraken headset. Yes, kitty ears included, to the MVP of the tournament. What's the format? We have a 2v2 SWAT tourney where you pick your sidekick and take it to the arena to face another deadly duo looking to take it all. We'll be sticking to the double elimination format. Combatants will be verified by our team and must be FPL verified. That's Female Pro League. To spice things up, the weapons for this tourney are the Halo 5 Magnum, Halo 2 Battle Rifle, and DMR. The maps included are Regret, Eden, Empire Plaza, Coliseum, The Rig, Truth, and Refuge. Lots of maps. But when is it? The tourney will take place on Swatterday, September 21st, 2019 at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Registration deadline is Thursday, September 19th, 2019 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bracket will also be posted immediately after the deadline, same date and time on stream at twitch.tv/naptimes with a Z. And then on Twitter, it's been asked for a while. Here it is. It's here. For the first time, sign up for our very first ever FFA SWAT tourney. Shout out to Pius Rampage for co-hosting this one. It is a 6-person FFA, 8-minute time cap, 3-second respawn, Halo 5 Magnum on the 22nd of September. Fucking awesome. Next news story, we have the Halo Draft League presents the Halo Premier League information. So here's your announcement that we have. Board member. We are very excited to announce our new acting board member at Why Not Be Reckless. As you all know, he has been incredibly active and is always here to help the community any way he can, and he has made substantial efforts behind the scene to help us push and build the HDL and HPL to the best it can be for you all. His drive to create the best environment possible for this amazing community embodies exactly what we here are always striving to do. Please help us in giving him a warm welcome and feel right at home in his new position. Congratulations, Why Not Be Reckless? You're fantastic, and we're excited to see what you do with the Halo Draft League and the Halo Premier League. But that's not all. We also have the Halo Premier League rosters. Let's get into it. Will, do you mind if I take these?
Go ahead, man.
All right. You're going to have a lot to read through when we get to roster recaps. So
I appreciate that.
Hey, anytime at all. So first and foremost, we have No Brain, All Aim. This includes Turtles, Oh, fuck me. Dragon. Okay. Clip, Kilimanjaro, and Bones. We have Discordia Gaming, which is It's So Dusty. The Raging Bull 52. Stead. What the fuck? I'm Mrs. Heartbreak. And Alprazolivi. Okay. We have Team Zero. This includes Simply Fear Me, Devil Dog, Costa 9, Slabeth, and Wokinge. We have Martial Punishment. This includes Fireboy, Neptune, Furiously, Too Sick, and Bound. We have Johnny Y. Los Dinos, which is generic, Bowser, Walla Walla, Fatty McFatlips. Oh my good lord.
All right.
And Aramis RW. So far, this is my favorite. That team was definitely by far my favorite. Walla Walla and Fatty McFatlips. Yep. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh my.
Okay. We have Hype and Positivity. This includes Bunnies, Bards, Omnipresent, Sylvanic, and Gwenzy. Or Jonesy. Okay. We have The Resisti. This includes Palshy, the main man, Frederick, Defiled, Matomic Bomb, and Side Defect. We have Bed Bath & Beyond. See? This includes Sushi, Blue Houses, Pro Shot, Flurry, and Jolly Josh. We next have Jester Plays, which includes Mirage, Zycane, Capels, El Halo Elite, and Espada. We have A1. This includes Aaron Aimbot, Clownly, Miss Ninjutsu, Just Improve, and Bump. We have The Strong Survive. This includes Danimal. Danimal. Yep, I was right. Aurora Jorialis, Bofum, Segbura, and Trey. And finally, we have FTP. This includes Exodus, Swish, Vemzy, Scariotic, and Gold Star BR. So, in other words, look out for Walla Walla and Fatty McFatlips.
I hope they have these matches casted, and someone has to say Fatty McFatlips on stream,
or just Fatty.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I mean that in the least offensive way possible. It's just really funny when it's said. Okay.
Or yes, Walla Walla comes around the corner.
Oh my god,
yeah, it's gonna be great.
And then of course I love Bed Bath & Beyond. See?
Of course.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, that's it for the news. Will, what are you gonna do? Oh, you're not do. I get it. No, wait. Are you? Okay, yeah. Next up, we have upcoming tournaments of the week. Will, see, I forgot if you were going to do it after I did this, because I thought we talked about that.
Oh, I don't know. It could fall into either category, right?
It's up for interpretation. First upcoming tournament of the week, we have the Blam Gaming Halo Series Preliminary number 3. That's going to be taking place, I believe, on Tuesday. Then we have the Envors Halo 5 BTB tournament taking place over the weekend, and the Europa Halo Wars 2 World Series qualifier number 2 taking place over the weekend as well. Stay tuned for all of those, and make sure you're watching them when they're live. Tune in, catch the Halo action. Will, what do we got for the tournaments and leagues recap-a-roonies?
All right, let's start off with the live for the game Halo 5 2v2 results. 7th and 8th went to Victoria's Secret, which was Nerdsy and MGE Composure, and mods.com, which was Trap H5 and Llama Lotion. 5th and 6th, we had Hyperfocus, which included El Halo Elite and Capels, and then Dream Team, which was Gooey and Wasted Words. 4th place went to Floppy Boy, which included Barbie Boy and Floppy. 3rd went to My Halo Academia, which was Niklaj and Your Dragon. You said Dragon earlier. I'm gonna go with that.
Sure.
Second went to Bung Gaming, the Gold Star BR and Swish 5s, and first went to IDK, which was Command Station and Bound.
UEGJRAGN. I think the RAGN is Ragin. Okay. So whatever the fuck the GJ is.
You're breaking it down, huh?
I'm trying to think of it, man. I don't know. Like, usually they have a meaning, but like this one's just fucking weird. Hey, listeners, if you know what this one is, just let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Next up, we have the Europa Halo Team Takedown number 2 results, 7th and 8th. Let's go through. It was Eller Va, There's a question mark on there.
There is.
Yeah. This included Carby, Crossman, MC versus Arbiter, and Here's the Now. And then, is it Marital Punishment?
Marshall.
Oh, there's not an I there. I put another I in there.
Yes, it's okay. I don't know how to pronounce that other fucking person's name, so.
Fireboy, Davina, Frenzy, and Dex. I'm going to go with that.
All right.
5th through 6th, Passing Through, Mystics, Will, Logic, and Nobody.
I didn't know you were on a team.
I'm not. Cunning Linguist, Legend, Nedrum, Gas, and Curly Sniper. 4th was Cartel. This included Nova, Shady, Sinistral, and Kronos. 3rd was Team Quantum, AG Spa, Theru, Alpha, and Skittle. We go with Skittle.
Sure.
I like Skittle. 2nd was Aha. Ah-ha-ha. This was Precision.
Ha-ha-ha!
All these team names. Precisionite, Mista, Legends, and Tommy the Krogan. First place went to Mocket. This was Warlord, SLG, Squashy, and Batchford. That's all we have for tournaments.
Very nice. Thank you, Will. It's time for a UGC's The Halo Classic Atlantic City post show. Will.
Yes. Are you excited?
I mean, I have shit to talk about.
Oh, boy.
But before we do that, you have some rosters to recap. Roster recap.
All right. Let's get into it.
I love how I can just hear them now.
First is Team Asylum. This included Awful Jake, Griff Main, John Scott, and TF Coco. I don't know what that is. Anyway, moving on. Next was, there's going to be a lot of these, aren't there?
There's a few.
Oh, boy.
As in 3 or more. Leaning more on the more side.
Next is FXBG 8020, Riot Shock, our Kraken, Hypnotic, and Woo Pockets. Guardians Gaming included Queen, Black Halo God, Gun Type, and Wikachu. We have Monarch Esports, Venoms, George Drizzle, Rob Chokes, and Shinova. We had Annihilate the Rest, Magnitude, Devil and Dubbin, the Bestro, and Gunfire. I'm going to struggle. Oh, boy. We had TNT, Spark Money, Jar Jar Jinx, Matic, and Telepath. RBG Esports, Employee, Scary, Rowan, and Display. Lux Gaming, Goofy, Ryan Noob, Gilkey, and Gabriel. Uprising included Slurshot, Phenomery, Jacksons, and Juicy CV. Minotaurs included A Gong Show, Lineback, Seesaw, and Pikachu Topi? Pikachu Pot Pie. Oh my god. We had Crux, which was Royal Blood Live, Toy Soldier, SWAT Fanatic, and Mirific. Aspire Esports included Straight Sick, Aries, Shayla, and Fantasy. The Goobers, Zerka, Cloudy Cloud, Deputy Goober, and Omega. The Academy was Hoaxer, Posey, Lifestyle, and Eli Elite. Sicker Than Your Average. Sargoth, Sicker Than Your Average. Piles, and Reliable. In Control included Common, Rhino, Silence, and Dren. Fatal Ambition was Trippy, Penguin, Commonly, and Rain. Tox, Snakebite, Lethal, Royal 2, APG. Fresh Like Subway, Susco, Alexander, Manic, and Lurk. Infinite included Falcated, Shotzi, Savinator, and Blaze. You got to jump off with that, man, with Sayal, Blitzkrieg, known as Phenom, and Chic. The Hogwarts Express, Judge Judah, Instant 19, Wise, and Cleanups. Reality Check included Flamehead, Grenadier, a Raging Elephant, and The Only Toxic. We had R-rated esports, Bandemonium, Barricade Sama, Vulcaner, and Blown Fox. Next is Zero Doubt. This included BR Shots, Austin Cole Curry, Haggy, and Laxus. RBL Esports, Respectful, Holler, Snipe Drone, and Moe's. Team Argo, Revamp, Twin Savior, Amish Acorns and Invader. NG Owl City, Saintly, World Famous, Divinidos, The Real Vital. Team Nemesis, Kazug, Rob the Turtle, Sorrel, and Parademona. Oh, next is Mantra, Ace TV, Neighbor, Boobadooboo, and Demon D. All stars included Eco, Frosty, Pistola, and Snipe Down. They ended up being gold member.
Yeah, gold members, yep.
Side effect, it was Alamite, Gunfire, Manipulator, and Chaos 914. Duo plus 1 plus question mark was Obnoxious, The Real Vital, Combonified, and Mission Hockey. We had Convergence Gaming, Wily Coyote, Fragan, HCS Dismal, and The Reaper Life. Got it. Next one, Pull Out Game Strong. Holy Water, Phil X Gimme, DeJolnir, and Cadaddle. Rain included Hunter, Frosty the Truth, Alumnite, and Prototype. Sunset Ballers, Squally, Stormy, Jesse Unleashed, and Its Name. Team Chaotic, Tyranitar, Erupt His Back, Jimbosity, and Snaky. Antimatter GG, Phoenix Lift, Clone, Carmea, and Renak. VND, Scarvane, Skeptor, Klepto, and Most Dope. Check Your Pulse, Aurora, Ultimega, Rodriguez, and Obnoxious. Gucci Lanyard, Elijah, Slew, Barry Sanders, and I Slaughter. Team Showcase, Control Shot, Dakota, Alphabot, and Girly Sheep. How many more teams are there? We have Johnson's Gear,
All the teams.
Xavier, Joey Clutch, Tenacious Nacho, and Cranking. We have Swerve, Tizai, Barker, Pharaoh 2 Clutch, and Mop 2 Clutch. And then Day Jobs, that Panda Chris, Lando Cloud City. Hey, Star Wars reference. Making the 8 and Dabs for Days.
Dabs for days.
That's all I got. Oh,
You did it.
yeah, I made it through. I was starting to worry there. Yeah, that's all I got for the roster recap.
Very nice. Thank you for reading through those, Will.
I know it was a little bit long there, but we made it.
It's okay.
All right. Should we get into some results?
By all means.
Do you want to take the Halo CE, or do you want me to go?
You know.
Josh
Hold
is
on.
stalling for some reason.
I am stalling for some reason. I was trying to find other results, but couldn't find it. All right.
Okay.
Halo CE 2v2 results.
Yeah.
So we're going to go Halo 1, Halo 5, Halo 3. Okay. So Halo 1, 2v2 results. 7th and 8th went to Nacho and Gazo, and then John the Hero and Hrisut. Totally, probably just mispronounced the shit out of that, but whatever. In 5th and 6th, we had Simplify and Cat, and Proxa and Zyos. That's right, Zyos. So Silos got his name from Zyos.
Did he really?
Nope.
I
I was literally just putting a dramatic pause on that because I'm guaranteed if Silos comes to this moment,
He's gonna scream.
he's gonna fucking want to kill me. Oh, shout out to you, Silas. In the 3rd place tie, we have Kujer and Devilman, and then Meg and Oziorsk. Okay. In 2nd, we have Mick Dick and Repa. And in 1st, we have Patch and Legend, who I believe are also the Beachland 8 champions as well.
Yes. So, 3rd, they just kept calling what you said, Oziorsk, or they just kept calling them Ozzy. So
Ozzy. Okay, so Meg and Ozzy.
Megan Ozzy.
Sure.
One of my favorite things from the Halo 1 tournament
Yes.
is one of the casters made a comment like, that's just like a Mick Dick thing or Mick Dick game or Mick Dick move. Something to that effect.
Move.
And I busted out laughing. he just made some sort of play.
Oh
and
my God.
Yeah.
This is one of the Mick moves.
Yep. And then Patch and Legend just killed it all weekend.
Yeah, they're fucking unbelievably good.
Yeah, crazy good. So good to see the Halo 1 community being represented there.
Yes, I think my favorite part about that Halo 1 event was all the Beachland merch that was seen
Oh,
there.
yeah,
there
there was
was
a
so
ton.
much. That was awesome. I love my hat that I got, and I wear it all the time as much as I can. So, no, it's great. That tournament was fantastic. And based off what Silos was talking about, it ran pretty well as well. So, good to see. Will, what do we got for Halo 5?
Halo 5 2v2 results. 7th and 8th, we had TS2 and Tyrant and Halo Gan. 5th, 6th, we had Little Will and Menus.
You were in 2 tournaments?
Yeah, man. And then Falcated and Sabinator. And 4th was Reclaimer and Proximity. 3rd place went to Pyretic and Denoxide. They took home $1,000. 2nd, who was my top seed, who I wanted to win, Saiyan and Neptune. They came in 2nd, took home $1,500. And then Shotzi and Renegade took home 1st, taking home $2,500.
But it went to 2 best of 7s.
That it did to end it.
It went to game 14.
Yep. Game. Oh, so close.
It was really fucking close.
What I'll say, Shotzi and Renegade were definitely the better talent here. They had games, like when there was games that they beat Saiyan and Neptune like by 10 kills.
They are, I can definitively say this, they are generational talent.
Yeah.
That when Shotzi and Renegade came onto the scene in Halo 5, and this isn't a detriment towards any other Halo 5 competitor, when Shotzi and Renegade came on the scene, teams were clamoring to pick them up. I remember when Renegade was on the straight ripping roster, like originally when he came on the pro scene, and that's where he got the nickname of Renegade. The kid was unbelievable. And then Shotzi just came out of fucking nowhere.
Yep.
And they won a Worlds. Like they're generational talent.
Yeah. So what I was saying was like Shotzi and Renegade won games by 10 kills. All the games that Saiyan and them won, it was by a few.
Yeah, it was close.
They were all close games. So I just don't know what people need to do in Halo 5 to stop this Shotzi Renegade. I mean, even Eco.
They don't. They wait for Infinite to come out.
Yeah.
And they hope there's a brand new meta because there will be.
There will be. I'd be willing to bet that Infinite is different than every other Halo game that's out there because every single Halo game is different than every other Halo game.
That is correct. You are correct in saying
I'd be
that.
willing to put money down on that.
Okay.
It's just got to be. It's going to be different, right? Spiritual reboot. It's going to be different than everything we've seen.
No, it's going to be Halo 1.
Okay, sounds good.
That's good. Yeah, it'll be completely different. Yep.
Next, we have the Halo 3 free-for-all results.
You didn't want me to take this one?
I was going to hope you were going to take it because
take it.
I think you have them up. Go ahead.
Sure, I'll take it. In first place, we have Straight Stick taking home $500. Take it away, Will.
Ryan Noob took 8th. I know that.
Okay.
So they didn't show the results very well.
Nope, they didn't show them at all.
I remember they flashed someone checked the death screen in the last minute of the game, and it was like a millisecond it was on stream. I know Ryan Noob was in last, and then a couple people were fighting for that second spot. Like it was the second spot was within a couple kills, but Straight Stick completely ran away with the game. Completely ran away with it.
Perfect. I would love to tell you the results, but the official bracket has not been updated since the tournament started. So
gotcha.
Yep.
Unfortunate. And Josh, what do we have for the Halo 3-4 before results? I'll let you run through those.
All right. Will, in 7th and 8th place, we have The Goobers and Mantra taking home $1,500 apiece. In 5th and 6th, we have Infinite and Fatal Ambition taking home $2,000 apiece. In 4th place, we have Aspire Esports taking home $6,000. In 3rd place, taking home $7,000, we have Tox Gaming.
What?
Maddie Rums put out a tweet, and I quote, "This is Lethal's first time not placing top 2 in a tournament since July 2015, per Esportspedia."
That's nutty.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
Now, what Clutch said was apparently they came in not very practiced for this event. but they were both our favorites to win.
Why were they not practice? I'm confused at why that would happen. That's not like them.
It's not like them at all. And then apparently APG wasn't feeling too good either. So whatever. In second place, taking home $10,000, we have Gold members, aka All-Stars. And in first place, taking home $20,000, multiple people winning their first tournament, their first major tournament, but a man who's waited a very, very long time to win his very first major tournament. That man is Gilkey, and that team is Lux Gaming.
Purple and gold.
And so it was one best of 7. It didn't go to a bracket reset, but it did go to a game 7. And games 1 and 2, handily in Lux's favor.
Yep.
Handily. And they've been playing like that for the whole fucking weekend. They were playing unbelievably out of their goddamn minds. And I said at the beginning, like in our preview, that I was nervous about Ryanoob because and I didn't even make this comparison. I'm going to make it now. Ryanoob to me is like Cam Newton in the NFL. You don't know if you're going to get good Cam or bad Cam in a football game, right? Cam Newton is the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, for those who don't know. Ryanoob to me was like that. He can have unbelievably good games, right? But he could also have instances where he's not that great, okay? This tournament, he was on all the time. You had good Ryanoob the whole time. And that only helped this team. Basically everybody on that roster was playing lights out. And the other one that I was nervous about was Gabriel. Because he had said that he wasn't going to be competing because of health issues. That didn't seem to slow him down at all.
No.
The snipes he was hitting, are you fucking kidding me? He was unbelievable. All 4 of those players were outstanding. They played incredibly well the entire tournament. They were, from what I've been told, they were probably the most practiced going into the tournament as well. And clearly practice shows. We talk about it constantly on the show, that if you're putting in that time, you have a much higher chance of winning a tournament if you put in that grind, you put in that practice, the team gels. That's the whole point. A team that didn't practice before the event, Gold members.
Yeah.
They probably didn't practice nearly at all. And they took home second. Now, like I said, Lux Gaming in the grand final won games 1 and 2 handily. Gold members then come back to win 3 games in a row, and they were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like
next level.
It's what you talked about in Discord. It's like that switch got flipped. When Tox loses and Tox flips that switch, and then they just win. It's exactly what happened for Gold members. But then, Lux were like, oh, no. That's not how we're going to do things here. We're getting Gilkey his motherfucking win.
Funny thing about that best of 7.
Yeah.
Lux only won on 2 of the same maps.
Yep. Narrows and Pit.
Narrows, Pit. Because it started off Pit, Narrows, and then went Narrows, Pit to finish.
Yep.
So that they really good at 2 maps.
I was going to say, gold members on CTF Narrows were not good.
No.
That was one of their least, that was one of their worst map game type combinations, by far.
What, they had, was it CTF Construct?
No, King of the Hill Construct.
King of the Hill.
Oddball Guardian?
Oddball Guardian.
Probably.
And then there was a Slayer.
Probably an Amplified?
Yeah, it just...
Maybe? I don't remember the exact
CTF
layout.
was Amplified, and I'm pretty sure. I'm getting my maps mixed up. Anyway.
Okay.
The 3 that Gold members won was just... It was
crazy. The Gold members won that CTF game 5-0
or
something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, it was just cap after cap after cap. It was unbelievable. No, I think there was a Slayer on Truth in there, too.
Yep. Heretic?
Heretic, yeah, my bad. Fuck me.
It's now known as Truth.
Right.
Halo 5.
Yeah. Same but different.
Yes.
But no, congratulations to Lux. They clearly earned it. They clearly deserved it. They played unbelievably well the entire event.
Tox going to losers so early really screws with people's brackets.
Well, as we say all the time, Will, our predictions are always wrong.
We're always
They're always wrong.
We can sometimes, like, back in the day, Tox was a surefire win until Splice came along. And Splice dominated for a while, and it was Splice and Tox in the final all the time.
Yep.
So it was a crapshoot for the rest of the field. And now we're in that. We keep saying Tox is going to be there at the end, but recently they've faltered a little bit. It's not your normal Tox lately, and we'll see if they pick back up in the future tournaments. But I like to see the change of pace that Tox isn't in the finals. It was a really close final rather than Tox running away with it and it's a quick 4-0. So that's usually what we see.
I agree.
It was a nice change of pace. Nice to see something fresh in the finals. It kept excitement up for the end rather than it just being like, oh, Tox is there, they're gonna win. GG's. Well, I'll go home. I'll say it for the H5 2v2.
Mm-hmm.
They had the second best of 7 going on at the same time as the H3 grand finals. And when I was watching the Halo 5 stuff, my heart was racing more and I was getting more excited over that and the intensity there than I was in H3. And I just don't know, like, I don't know if it's the pace of Halo 3 or what it was.
Sure.
But something about that H5 just got me going more than Halo 3 did.
I can respect that. I mean, you also came into it with... You started with Halo 5 events.
I did.
So, yeah, maybe it has something to do with that too, is that you just didn't come up with the Halo 3 and whatnot. Yeah. But no, I mean, the fact that the Halo 5 event went to 2 best of 7s, like, that's pretty fucking insane.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, you'd be dead if that didn't get your blood pumping a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, that was, frankly, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the event, Josh?
Oh,
let's start off with just the gameplay.
Hold on. Let's go through our predictions first.
Oh, you're pulling those back up.
Yep. So, let's see. Will, we both had Tox taking first.
We failed.
We did. You had Aspire taking second. They got fourth.
Yep.
We both had All-Stars, a.k.a.
Gold members,
in third, fourth. They got second. So we're clearly wrong there. And we both had Mantra in our third, fourth. They got seventh and eighth.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. In our fifth and sixth, I had Aspire and Lux. Clearly I was wrong on both. You had Lux and Trademark.
Did Trademark change their name?
They did. I forgot who they were.
Were they Fatal Ambition? No.
Were they?
Or were they? No, I don't know. Anyway, and they might have been Infinite.
No. Infinite's always been a thing. They might be Fatal Ambition. Okay.
Either way.
And then in seventh and eighth, I had Infinite and the Goobers. I was right on the Goobers. I got one.
You got one.
And then seventh and eighth for you, you had Infinite and Chaotic. Neither.
No.
Okay, so
where are you wrong?
I got 1 point. A point. Woo. Jesus Christ. Brackets were so fucked. It was crazy. Okay. Let's talk about the event. Gameplay. Great. I had no problems with that. I had no problems with the gameplay.
I mean,
when it was on.
There you go.
I had no problems at all when it was on. But you know what, Will? It wasn't on a lot of the time.
Ranty Josh Part 2 is
Oh,
coming.
Ranty Josh Part motherfucking 2. Okay. I've talked about it week in, week out, when this event was announced to when it came to now. Will, there's been a phrase I've said multiple times. I really hope they don't bite off more than they can chew. Guess what they did? Just that. So, first, let me put this ahead of this, okay? Let me state this real quick. And again, I'm tired. I'm irritable. Bear with me. To everybody that works behind the scenes, to all the talent that is on the stage, that is at the desk, to the observers, to everybody that is putting their time in to make this event the best it can be, I thank you. I think you guys did the best that you possibly could given what you were given. Now, I have a lot of criticisms. I did not attend the event in person. But what was the thing I talked about constantly? You have to make it worthwhile for the people watching at home as well. One of the things I asked for during break times in the stream was to cut to other streams or have content in between instead of looking at a fucking background. You know what happened?
Most of the time you got the background.
Most of the time we got a fucking drone shot of the boardwalk. I don't fucking care about the boardwalk. Again, I'm tired and I'm irritable. Okay? It's late. What time is it right now? It's almost 11 at night. Okay? I've been up really late the past 2 nights. I'm ready to go to sleep. And I'm not going to fucking let that deter from the point I'm trying to make. Guys, come on. Come on. You had Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, UGC Red, UGC Blue. You had 6 streams going at any given time. Guess what? Dare I fucking say it was at least a 60-40 split of 60% no gameplay, 40% gameplay. At least. There were multiple times throughout the entire weekend where all streams were not showing any gameplay. All of them. It wasn't until Sunday. It wasn't until Championship Sunday that they actually had things lined up during break times. That they actually cut to feature station streams because they probably heard people bitch so much about it. There were multiple times on Sunday where it would cut back to Lottie on the desk. Lottie did a phenomenal job, by the way. Everybody did. But when it got cut back to Lottie, they would go, like the casters would say, all right, and to break down that last series, let's kick it back to Lottie in the desk. Break it down, guys. It would kick it back to Lottie. Hey, we're not actually going to break down that series. Instead, we're going to kick it over to our feature station stream. We're going to talk about that instead. That basically only happened on Sunday. Guess what? There weren't that many Astro listenings until Sunday either. Go fucking figure. Guess what? There were audio issues basically the entire weekend. Mics were muted. Mics were cutting out. So on and so forth. I understand that they are not MLG. I understand that they are not HCS. I understand that they're not Call of Duty World League. I understand all that. But if you're advertising this as a major event and you don't get the small details right, I feel like I'm beating a dead fucking horse at this point.
I think this is what there is to expect from these classic tournaments now.
And I don't want to expect that. And I know you don't. I know. It's
been 2 Halo Classics with the same
problems.
But I think, I personally, I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I think that they're more worried about what's running the tournament there than the viewership at home. Like the stream is bonus to them.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
That's what it kind of feels like.
I definitely feel like we were second fiddle to the entire experience.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe they need to have someone else there that focuses just on the streams rather than, because I know UGC Matt and I'm forgetting the other name off the top of my head right now.
Nin or something like that.
Yeah, they're putting on these tournaments. They're organizing it. They're
working their asses off.
Right. And
absolutely.
I don't know. Do they have a production manager who's there? Maybe there needs to be some more setup before the tournament starts to get this extra cut in time, or they have so many tournaments running at once to where,
of which there were 4.
Yeah, 4 tournaments.
Yep.
Sometimes, sure, matches just don't line up to cut over 2.
Right.
But if you have something, there should be something going on. And I feel like there's just, like you said, there's too much going on for them to, it's like you can be, like you said, biting off more than you can chew. Let's just go that route. You can be okay at a lot of things, or you can focus in on a couple of things and be really good at it.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're
jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah. So the fact that they have all this going on and are working on all of this, nothing's being perfected. It's all just,
right.
Hey, let's get this out there and produce as much content as we can, even though it's not top notch.
Right. And the production quality of the streams themselves was really good.
Yeah.
And now there were some deviances in that, like between the Bravo, Charlie, and Delta streams. They weren't the same quality, like of stream itself, like with bitrate and everything, as the Alpha stream, but they all looked pretty damn good, all things considered. And like I said, I think everybody on, like, that were hosts, all the commentators and all that, all of them did a great job. But it blows my mind that they had 4 tournaments going on. 4. And there were multiple times where there was no gameplay on every single stream. I don't get that. I don't fucking understand that. My brain can't comprehend that. And the other thing, the amount of break times between matches on every stream. Maybe Delta was not that case because they each won 2v2. But I'm going to break down what I said this in Discord. I'm going to break down what my ideal scenario would have been. Okay? Alpha stream and Bravo stream were the Halo 3 4v4. Straight up, that's it. Okay? Charlie, you had the Halo 5 2v2. Straight up. That's all that stream's being used for. And then Delta, you had your Halo 1 2v2. All it's being used for. Which it was when it went live. Cool. But Josh, what about the FFA? Great question. I don't need to see group stages. I don't. I would love to see finals. Now, Will, I'm going to ask you a question. Okay? In the amount of tournaments that you have watched, both Halo 3 and Halo 5, okay? Usually, when there is an FFA and they stream the finals, my question to you, Will, is when do they stream these finals?
It's usually the start of Sunday in the morning.
Okay.
That's when I've seen them.
Okay.
That's what I remember.
Okay. Wasn't the response I was looking for, but that's okay. I'll run with it. The response I was looking for was typically before the grand finals of the 4v4. Because they lead into it that way. Guess what they didn't do? Either of those two things.
Yeah.
They did not stream the FFA whatsoever. They did not tweet out the results of the FFA besides the winner. They didn't tweet out the stats of the FFA. The bracket is still not updated for the FFA. Hey, Will, guess what about brackets? Do you want to know the full breakdown of the championship bracket?
Sure.
Okay, well, good luck finding it.
It's not there.
It's not there. It doesn't exist. Or apparently it exists somewhere, but it's definitely not a link that is accessible by me. You guys don't have a championship bracket?
I mean, they had one kind of on the stream. Like you could.
They had a picture.
The picture, yeah, but not like a official like challenge bracket or anything like that.
Yep, and they had one for open bracket. They had one for the Halo 1 2v2. They had one for the Halo 5 2v2, and they had one for the Halo 3 FFA, of which is not updated. But at least they have links for those. It's the minor details that are being missed. And the thing that irritates me the most is that I said this is the same exact thing that happened at the first Halo Classic. And what did they do? They went bigger with this one, and the same issues persisted. I was at a birthday party on Saturday afternoon.
Yep.
I was there for over an hour. From the moment I got there to the moment I left. Actually, it was right as I was leaving. Right as I was getting ready to leave. The next match had started. It was almost an hour. An hour!
Yeah.
What the fuck? It was an hour! Guys, I love the commentators. I respect everything that they do. I don't want to listen to them for 45 minutes waiting for a match to start when they're rehashing the same shit over and over again because they're trying to stall because whatever the fuck is going on isn't taking place.
That's what it feels like too. There's a lot of stalling, a lot of, yeah. So they start with their like predictions. They talk about the upcoming match.
Yep.
The match would happen. They talk about what happened.
Yep.
And then it would cut away for a break until the next match started.
Yep.
So what was happening? Why? I don't understand why it took like, so they had 15 minutes of talking about the match that just happened, 10, 15 minutes about what just happened.
Correct. Of the previous match, which means they could take that time to set up for the next one.
Right.
Yep.
Then you get a 30-minute break.
Yep.
Until the next match.
And then they come back and then they talk about that next match
before
for 15,
20 minutes.
Yes.
So you have an like hour 20 between each match, it seemed like.
Yep.
What are you doing with that time? How does that, like, I know players are staying warm on side stations or whatever. Sure. But that just kills the momentum of a tournament.
And it was all weekend long.
Yeah.
Will. It was all weekend long.
Like, part of me hates dwelling on all these negatives of the tournament because I want Halo to thrive, but
I want it too.
But this is,
if they don't fix these small things and these remain a consistent thing, I don't give a fuck if you're a grassroots member. I don't give a fuck if you're somebody that's doing this in your basement. The fact of the matter is, if you don't step it up, I can't. Would I be able to do this myself? No. I want people to know that I'm not trying to shit on them just to shit on them. I've made these points months ago. It's
because we want Halo to be better,
yes,
and have the best for it that these things frustrate us.
Yes, every time there's a 30-minute, 40-minute break between matches and they come back and they talk about for 15, 20 minutes about the next matchup, whatever the fuck's going on. And Lottie, again, this is no offense to her. She has to stall. She asks a redundant question to the people on the desk and they get the same answers anyway. You lose viewers.
Because it's not what carries a tournament is the gameplay.
Yes.
The side interviews, what you have in the off time is what makes a broadcast.
Yep.
But what carries it is the gameplay. So you need that to be your focus, which it seems like all this side talk just detracts from it. And then you have the long breaks, which people are like, okay, why am I gonna sit and wait 40 minutes to see some, like, the next match? I could be doing so many more things with my day.
Right.
Right.
Now let's say they did. I would be fine if they did this. Right. You have your match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have 15 minutes of, let's break down that match. Let's go through it. What you like, what you didn't like, so on and so forth. Right. Then they have it set up for the next one. Okay. Or you have a small break in between that and when they come back to talk about the next one. Okay.
Yeah, but it can't be That's
I'm saying 5-10
like
minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, we'll say 5 minutes. In that time, I don't want to look at a background. Cut to a fucking feature station. There's your perfect opportunity. Cut to a fucking feature station.
It doesn't need to be commentated, nothing. You can just show the gameplay.
Exactly. And then say, if you want commentary, tune into this stream. Okay? Because they're being commentated on. Mm-hmm. Then, after 5 minutes, they come back. They talk about the next matchup. And then, instead of going to another fucking break before the match starts, they cut to the commentators and they go to the next match. Rinse and repeat. Done. Whole tournament. Perfect.
Well, I'm so... What takes them so long to set up that next match on that state? Like, I don't understand.
Dude, I have no idea. And if you know what? If anybody working at UGC, working for this event, has any insight, by all means, let us know. I would love to talk about it. I would love to provide that extra context. I can only go based off of what we've seen.
And what we've seen at other tournaments, too. Like,
exactly.
I feel like when we had...
And other UGC tournaments.
Yep. I feel like when we had MLG and the HCS tournaments, there weren't these long of breaks. They had things, like, set up, ready to go.
Right.
For the next match or whatever it may be.
They kept the fucking ball rolling.
I mean, with the HCS tournaments, you did get the same clips shown, same commercials.
Right, and they were fucking annoying too.
But that's more... It's weird because, like, that's content to them, but it gets annoying for us because it's the same thing all weekend long for 3 days.
Yeah, I hear you.
But, I mean, even UGC's got to do something else than just show us the background because...
Exactly. About the broadcast itself, okay? A thing that really irritated me was, so you know they have the banners up top? Like telling you the series?
Yeah.
Like, here's how many this team has, here's how many this team has for wins?
Yep.
You know what wasn't on any of them?
What's that?
What round it was?
Oh, like winners won, winners...
Nope. You wouldn't know if it was a pool match. You wouldn't know if it was an open bracket match. You wouldn't know if it was a loser's bracket, championship bracket, semifinal, quarterfinal. You wouldn't know. You'd have no fucking idea.
If you, like, tuned in late or what it may be.
You would have no idea.
Sure.
Guys, these small details every single time. These small things need to be looked into, and they need to be worked on. These things are the things that should be easy to hit home. These are the things that you should be looking at as a baseline. Then you build up from there. Like, I'm dumbfounded, man. I'm fucking dumbfounded. You know what? I'm going to change it. It was more like 70-30.
You're thinking for downtime?
Thinking back? Yeah. It felt to me like it was 70% downtime. That includes pre-game, post-game analysis. 70% non-gameplay, 30% gameplay. That's what it felt like. Oh my God, dude. I'm so fucking dumbfounded. I'm tired of shit. And I'm so upset. I feel like, I feel like my weekend was wasted. Just absolutely wasted. I got a lot done around the house.
Sure.
Yeah, because there are a lot of breaks between matches.
Yeah, I should have done more, but I didn't.
No, it's fine. Games. It's fine. Yours was down. Fucking. Oh, boy, oh. Boy. Hold on. I'm gonna bring something up real quick. What were your overall thoughts? While I bring this up, what were your overall thoughts?
I'm not heated about it because I expected it from UGC. Like, it's just expected now. I don't.
That's so fucking sad. It's so fucking sad.
Like, I understand you're upset because you want the better quality, but I didn't expect it to be better than the last one. So I took it as it was and watched what I could. Sure. Like, as always, commentators, like, the desk was really good. Something I wish the Halo commentators wouldn't do, like the people commentating the matches, and this goes for all of them, they have their little side quips of not talking about the match, but bringing in some irrelevant, like, I mean, I got frustrated when Golden Boy said, "Oh, I thought the plans were to go to the tables after this, and it looks like we're gonna get a second best of 7." And Bravo's like, "Oh well, I'm pretty sure the table games stay open all night. It's Atlantic City," and he's like, "Oh, so we're still going." And I'm like, "There's gameplay. There's gameplay going on right now. You guys are talking about going out afterwards, commentating this match." And don't get me wrong, it's Championship Sunday. They've been talking all weekend. They probably run out of things to say. You know what I mean? Like They're commentating over the same kind of matches, same plays, analyzing a lot. But it kind of frustrated me in the moment. Like, this is grand finals, or what is it, losers finals. And you guys are talking about hitting the tables. They wrapped it back eventually. But that happened a lot where they kind of went on these side talks.
Yep.
And it's just, okay. We talked about the finer details, and that's what kind of, you want Halo to be perfect,
sure,
so that we can make a resurgence. Those things aren't going to help us from the broadcast. It makes, it seems not professional to me.
So I was just looking at one of the VODs for the Charlie stream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the stream opens. It was a half hour till the first match. And keep in mind, on all the featured streams, oh yeah, this doesn't end. On all the featured streams, so Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and then the red and blue, whenever there wasn't a game being played, it was like transmission will resume shortly. That was the screen that was showed the whole time. Okay? Now, they're featured stations. They're featured streams. I can't really nitpick too hard on that. I'm not having content in between those. But, I still can. And then after the first match on that Charlie stream, an hour till the next one. This was consistent all weekend long. I stand by my 70-30. Unfucking believable. Now, why the fuck did I just set that down?
Josh just closed out his show notes and turned.
I'm fucking done with this shit. Okay. Closing thoughts on UGC is the Halo Classic at Atlantic City.
Please close this up.
Yep. Gameplay was fantastic. I think that a lot of teams showed up. I thought there were a lot of upsets.
Yeah, it caused a lot of excitement within the tournament.
It did. Very much so. Lux, again, deservedly winning. It was a fantastic turnaround from them. Unbelievable showing. Tox, not really doing what I bet they wanted to do.
Yeah.
But hey, that I guess I'll just say to the All-Stars or Gold members for not practicing very much, pretty fucking great turnout as well. That was awesome.
What else? Something I noticed too is, like, one thing, Guardian Ball. We saw them holding the ball blue in other places where in the past few tournaments, no one was going.
Sure.
I'm wondering if that kind of, you can call it the meta change or whatever they were doing with their strategy, just threw Tox off because they weren't as well practiced, and these other teams kind of changed what they wanted to do.
This is to say, but like there's three main holding points of the ball on Guardian.
Green.
Well, green is like hey, I'm probably going to die here, but I'm going to bring this to a point where I can drop it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Blue is a good holding point, and elbow to snipe. Like that tower.
Yeah.
Because elbow, you can watch when people are going across. You can make setups happen. You have an easy way out in case you need to drop the ball, or you can hold it for a very much more extended period of time at snipe tower. So the two main places to hold are blue or snipe, and then the two places to just dump and maybe get some scrap time are elbow for setups and green if you want to try to make a play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from on that. It's okay. Cool. But no, I was seeing Lux were doing things I just either I haven't seen in a really long time or I haven't seen at all. And those snipes were just insane.
They were on.
They were. Like I said, the gameplay was fantastic when it was showing. Anything else you want to say about the Atlantic City tournament?